We began our descent into Coyote Gulch by hiking to Crack in the Rock, a point about a mile from the trailhead where hikers can descend the cliffs to the south of the gulch via a narrow gap between two giant rock faces. On the other side of Crack in the Rock, hikers enter another world. If Alice's Wonderland had been a desert, it could have been this place, packed with natural arches and monoliths and other amazing geologic formations, waterfalls to swim and cool off in, a spectacular red rock canyon with new discoveries around every bend, and a cold stream giving life to plants and wildlife throughout the gorge. As we rushed down a giant sandy dune to explore the canyon below, I was impressed by the incredible red rock scenery in every direction. I also couldn't help but think that we would have to ascend the same dune in the afternoon heat the next day and at the tail end of an 18-mile hike through the desert. I was convinced it would be worth it. When we arrived at the stream at the base of Coyote Gulch, we filled up on water and took a much-needed rest. A couple of other hikers there had just returned from hiking to the confluence of the Escalante River, about a mile to the east. It was in the opposite direction of our hike, but we were intrigued by descriptions of the beautiful turquoise river and views of Stevens Arch towering above. We had to make the trip. Our detour to Stevens Arch took us through the stream of Coyote Gulch to the Escalante River. Hiking through the water was a refreshing and much-needed respite from the scorching sand and slick rock above. We all enjoyed taking a dip, although some did so in more creative ways than others.
Guys, look intense.
Who are you filming? Just walking.
All right, we are at an unknown arch. We've traversed through the river. It was very adventurous. We got wet, which is refreshing and also beneficial because I'm a little self-conscious because I didn't bring hair product on this trip. So, you know, with the wetness, it looks adventurous. Spencer's modeling. We have the beautiful scenery. Spencer, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I like these mohawks. They make us more aerodynamic as we travel at high speeds. Scenery is pretty cool. See a lot of fish and tadpole, well, mostly tadpole. Right, swimming in the background.
You know, I really like the Stevens Arch when the two really cool waters passed. That was really cool. We saw a gorilla come out of the woods. Oh! Oh, no. Yeah, let's do it. How many can we catch?
One of the magical qualities of Coyote Gulch is that it is an oasis of greenery in the midst of a spectacular red rock desert, flanked by imposing cliffs above and providing ever-changing scenery to its visitors as they explore. After returning from Stevens Arch, we hiked about 6 miles west through the canyon, constantly passing through the stream and over trails of sand and red rock as we went. Although southern Utah heats up considerably in June, the flowing water of the gulch kept the air cool and comfortable and was always there to provide refreshment. One of the many wonders we passed on the trail was Coyote Natural Bridge, a rock arch carved by the stream that is a scenic shortcut through the winding canyon.
Well, we were making our way down the gulch, like Lewis and Clark, basically exploring new lands, and we came across this interesting waterfall right here. We think that it might be signs of alien life forms because we found some chairs in the water, if you look closely, where you can sit and just kind of like feel the water run down your back. And there's no way a human did that with their hands. So it was a very good find. We had a good time. Looking forward to more discoveries in the future.
Let's go!
Yeah!
Jacob Hamlin Arch is pretty cool. It's like this, it reminds me kind of like, I don't know, Horseshoe Bend. There's an arch and you can go on either side of it. And there's like a river that goes around it. So really beautiful, really red rock.
When we arrived at Jacob Hamlin Arch, we discovered a perfect camping spot below where the cliffs became the walls of our living room and the arch above our giant picture window. A few hours were quickly passed climbing up the base of the arch, following the winding stream below, and exploring a beautiful natural landscape that could only be made by divine hands. Grant had the very unique idea of bringing a giant inflatable couch on our journey, and it was quite the luxury as we savored our campsite dinners, roasted s'mores, and even fit into very animated games of chess.
Meat, cheese, bread. Good stuff, man.
That's what I was thinking.
That was good. Functionality. How tired you hear it?
I don't think we went slow on this. I think we
Okay, this is. Oh, this is the.
I think this is probably where it happened.
I think this is where it happened. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the most. This is all the crazy stuff, dude.
That's alright.
You good?
I'm just trying to look out the window.
You're good, dude.
Our 2-day jaunt away from the real world came to an end with an ascent out of the canyon and a drive back down 40-mile ridge road towards the town of Escalante. Making out was no easy task, one that would require a brutal 1-mile climb up a giant sand dune in searing 90-degree heat and while hauling 30-pound packs on our backs. Fortunately, we had topped up our water at the stream below, but we all agreed that without enough water, a hiker could succumb to unconsciousness on that dune, or worse. As we wedged our way back through Crack in the Rock, my mind was fixated on 40-Mile Ridge Road. It is legitimately the most hazardous dirt road I've ever driven on in my life, and the Subaru Crosstrek we came in on was barely up to the task. We would find out when we arrived at the car that the drive-in had resulted in a flat tire, and there was no additional spare that would save us from being stranded in the desert if we got another flat on the way out.
I patched the whole voice in, dude.
Alright, boys. How we feeling?
I'm feeling alright. Feel a lot better when we get back to the main road.
Why is that?
Because we got a flat tire on the way because the road is totally sketchy.
Yeah, flat tires. Let's go.
We're pushing the limits. We are pushing the limits of the Subaru Crosstrek. The damage, I think, is worth it. We had a good hike.
Totally.
But yeah, I'll feel a lot better once we get back to the main road because this road is really crazy.
How'd you guys feel about going that first quarter mile up that hill? Or that first 3/4 of a mile?
Probably the hardest.
Bryce ran it. He's the most intense one
Hardest
here in the
30.
car.
Yeah.
Bryce is the strongest.
I died a little.
Bryce is the most man.
Hardest 30 minutes of hiking in my life.
Definitely.
Oh, here it is. Here, point the camera at it, dude.
Oh, let's go, buddy. Let's go. Let's go. This is it. All right.